Hey there, I'm Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a TBR for the Because We Can Readathon, a readathon that I co-host along with Jenna from Just a Little Bit Random, Kat from Stars and Embers, and Abby from Abby Lisi the Book Lover. If you want any information about the readathon, I'll leave it in the description below. But this round of the readathon has a theme of musicals, and I love musicals. I just love them, and this round of the readathon has really brought back my love for them, and I've just been listening to musicals on repeat. I just love them. So the way the reading prompts have been set up, they're all based on musicals, and they all have a regular mode and a hard mode because, you know, sometimes you want a more general prompt and sometimes you want a more specific prompt, and we just wanted people to be able to choose what they actually wanted to read. Also, doubling up, tripling up, however many books that you can fit to one prompt, great, do it. Not everyone can read a ridiculous number of books in a week. If you can fit one book to all of the challenges, then you're amazing. So let's get straight into my TBR. I've actually tried to complete both regular and hard mode for all of the prompts, so I'm doing a lot of doubling up, tripling up. It's a little bit complicated. So I'm going to try and group this by book rather than going through the prompts linearly. So first up we have a book that I've been wanting to read for ages, and that is Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. This will cover the Rent Easy prompt, which is to read an LGBTQIA+ book, and I've just been dying to read this one for ages. Also, look at the pages, the sprayed edges, they're just stunning. So I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually remember a lot about this book, but I do know that it's about a black queer transgender teen, and I think they get outed by some anonymous person, and I think it's also a romance, so I am intrigued. But, you know, I've been wanting to read it for ages, and I feel like this is a good time. Next up, actually covering the hard mode for the Rent prompt, which is to pick a book that starts with either R, E, N, or T. I've decided to read Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. It's a reread for me. I have it. It's tiny, and I feel like I need tiny books right now. You'll see why later. This one is about a group of kids who went through portal worlds and have returned to the normal world and can't quite adjust. And they go and live with this house with people that are like them, and yeah, they just get on with it. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about Every Heart a Doorway, but I'm rereading it because I am really behind with this series now, so I'm gonna try again. Next up we have Lumberjanes Volume 3. This is a series of graphic novels that I've just been picking up randomly, and this one is going to cover the 2 Into the Woods prompts for me, which is read only at night and read between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. So I can definitely read a graphic novel in that time period and it'll be fine. So this graphic novel series follows a group of girls who are staying at a camp, and like mystical, fantastical, horror-y things type happen. They're not really horror, but you know, I mean, they would be scary if they came after you, but like, it's a fantasy thing. It'd be fun. Next up, covering 3 prompts for me, is Hollowpox. So this is going to cover both of the Matilda prompts, one which is read a book, and 2 which is to read a middle grade book. It also covers the hard mode prompt for Annie, which is read a book featuring a found family, because there is essentially a found family in Hollowpox and this entire series. I can't remember. Nevernight. I was like, Wondersmith, what's the first one called? It's Nevernight. So this book follows a young girl who is doomed to die on her 12th birthday, and then she gets whisked away and saved, and now she is in this sort of magical world. Really interesting. I really like the first and second ones, and I'm dying to read this third one. Oh, I also forgot another book that I added last minute called From Romeo to Juliet. And this one's going to cover both of the West Side Story prompts for me. One is read a retelling, and the other is read a Romeo and Juliet retelling. From Romeo to Juliet. It's a very short novella that I think is like Faye spicy Romeo and Juliet, but like very short. I think it's like the Romeo meets Juliet part of it. It has no reviews on Goodreads, and that's terrifying, but I'm gonna read it anyway because it's short, and I need short, which is abundantly clear when you see the last book that I'm planning to read that covers 5 prompts. Now the books this is going to cover, I'm going to read it out, is the hard mode for Wicked, which is to read a book featuring witches. Probably read a book tomorrow, but who knows. Both Sound of Music prompts, which are read a book-to-net, Bookstagram, Booktube, BookTalk favourite. Read a book that's set alongside a war, and both of the Grease prompts, which are to read a book featuring romance and to read a book featuring mates. Now, I think I'm gonna hate me for this decision, but also it's a decision that really needed to be made. So, it's Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. Big chunk. Big chunk. So this one is huge, and I think it's over 1,000 pages long, which is a very poor decision to try and read in 8 days. But this is the decision I've made, and I'm going to stick to it because I really need to read this book. So It also covers the most prompts, so I really, really need to read this book. And that's why all the others are really short. So those are the books that I am planning to read for the Because We Can Readathon. There are also going to be a bunch of creative challenges, and I promise you there are some seriously unhinged things coming from me. I'm sorry, but you'll see. So unhinged. Anyway, please do go and check out the other hosts and the readathon for more information. We'd love it if you take part with us. If you are planning to take part, please let me know what you'll be reading and if you'll be taking part in any of the creative challenges. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!